Guys, I love animated stuff. I love me some good Baby Yoda. But this movie is horrible. Okay? This movie... I think I would rather watch The Mandalorian and enjoy Baby Yoda more than ever to watch this movie again. Oh, how do you mess up Scooby-Doo? Oh, in the animated style format. Like, the live action movies, they got their problems, okay, but like, how? How was this movie greenlit? Who wrote the script and thought this was a good idea? How's it going, everybody? I am the Texas Man. I hope you guys are having a better time than me right now at the time of me recording this video. And I just finished watching Scoob, the new Scooby-Doo movie. Oh, this is the 2020 Scoob movie, and this was supposed to come out in theaters. But because of COVID-19, you can get it digitally, or you can buy it on disc. Oh. As always, I'm going to talk about the positives and then the negatives. And then give you guys my final score. This movie's an hour and 33 minutes long. This is a great brainless comedy for all to watch. Honestly, guys, this is a mixed bag. So let's get into the positives, because I really want to talk about the negatives. Yeah. First of all, it was really cool to see Scooby and the gang when they were much younger. It was also cool to see, finally, how Scooby and Shaggy ended up meeting, and how Scooby gets his name, and the dog tag and whatnot. This film, I want to say first, for a really good positive, this is a great film for those who haven't grown up with the show when you were younger, like me. I mean, I grew up with Scooby-Doo. I mean, I had Scooby-Doo all in my room for years and whatnot. Scooby-Doo was my dream. Then I moved into Ben 10. Then I grew up and I got into Stargate and other things like that. But Scooby-Doo was like, that was my show, okay? Scooby-Doo is what I watched after Winnie the Pooh. I know I'm dating myself, but I really liked Scooby-Doo. And I will say for a fact, I think this is a good movie for those who haven't been exposed to the Scooby-Doo source material at all. It's a great starting point for many. It's filled with a lot of references and Easter eggs for longtime fans like me. And there's even stuff in it that, because they've been going on and on and on and on and on with Scooby-Doo. I mean, Scooby-Doo, they're still pumping out new content for shows and whatnot, movies, and it's ridiculous. But there's still Easter eggs and references for a lot of the newer stuff that's in this movie, too. I loved all the Harry Potter jokes in this movie. The Judge Judy puns, the IKEA joke that you've seen in the trailer 100 times. There's Tender in here. It shows the Mystery Inc.'s first adventure and how the gang actually gets started up. I will say the biggest thing is you're going to laugh in this movie. Whether it be for the good jokes or the bad, you're going to laugh in this movie a lot, okay? I also enjoyed the Netflix hate, because for those of you who know me personally, you guys know that I hate Netflix. I hate Netflix with a passion. And I'm happy that they put some Netflix hate in this movie, so that was really nice. We get to also learn in this film that Scooby is a descendant of a great family. That is really important, I guess. They actually have F-bombs in this film. There's F-bombs. I'm so happy to put F-bombs in a Scooby-Doo movie. I'm joking. They're called F-bombs, but what they really are, they're called Falcon bombs. It's just an EMP grenade. So, if you're thinking an actual F-bomb, it's not. Okay, they put a joke on the F-bomb thingy. This film also really focuses on the man with his dog aspect and the dog and man connection, and they really drive that home, especially in the third act. The Scooby-Doo jokes were pretty good. And I also really enjoyed the Wally and Eva ripoff in this movie. And that's it for positives. I want to say off For two major negatives you need to know for a fact. Watch this movie with very, very, very low expectations. And make sure you have a nice, gigantic, tall thing of alcohol to watch this movie. Because this movie requires a good amount of alcohol. You need to have your brain shut off. This is a brainless movie. It seems like this film was made for children, by children, written and directed by children. And these children have never ever seen or heard of what Scooby-Doo is about. Now, you're probably confused. Like, Doug, you just said that earlier this is a good movie for those who haven't been exposed to Scooby-Doo at all. Yes. Perfect stepping point for people that have never seen Scooby-Doo in their lifetime. Because this will be what they only think Scooby-Doo is about. And that's perfectly fine. Let this be their Scooby-Doo movie. This is a fantasy Scooby-Doo movie. This is for people that haven't seen the shows or the movies, and they don't want to, and they wanted this instead. So to be clear on that, if you want the actual good Scooby-Doo stuff, watch the original shows. Watch the live-action movie. The live-action garbage movies that they've made is better than this movie by 1,000 yards. This is a good movie for people that just want to watch a dog talk and some guys try to solve a crime and go on a Marvel mystery film adventure for an hour and a half, and you need to have your brain shut off. This movie is perfect for those types of people. Shaggy has the stupidest playlist music ever. I don't know what songs they put into this movie, but they were beyond bad, okay? This movie is not worth $20 to rent or to buy. And because I wanted to watch this movie, because I had tons of friends, especially when the trailers were going on in the theaters, when theaters were still open, I had friends with me like, I want to see that, I want to see that. You want to go see it with me? I'm like, no. There's something about the trailer that just doesn't inspire brain power like it's going to be a good movie. You can rent it for $20 right now digitally, or you can buy it for $25. And I thought, you know what? If I really like it and I actually am blown away, I don't want to spend $20 to rent it and then another $25 to buy it. And I'm like, you know what? I'm going to take a gamble. So I spent the $25, bought the movie. It's not worth it. It's not worth $20. It's not worth $25. It's not worth a penny. So if you actually ended up renting or buying this movie, please explain why. It's not. This is like one of those movies you get in the Best Buy $2 bin. It's bad. The police in this film also are stupid and they're really weird. There's numerous odd moments and jokes in this film. This film still, after all this time, won't explain how Scooby can talk human and how every other human being on the planet can still understand Scooby. Makes no sense. And the animation. Let's talk about the animation. It's okay. But for whatever reason, young Freddy's eyes, they seem out of place. Like the size is just wrong. They changed the theme song too much for like the 6th time. Like, how do you mess up Scooby-Dooby-Doo? Where are you? Da-da-da-da-da-da. It's been a while, so don't ask me to sing the whole song. The Scooby-Doo bowling scene is bad and unnecessary. They ruined my favorite sport. Like, how do you ruin bowling? They turned bowling balls and bowling pins into dumb killer robots. Also, this isn't a Scooby-Doo movie. It's Scooby-Doo in the MCU. Now, let me explain that. They got Dynamite and Blue Falcon and a bunch of other superheroes, and they got a villain called Dick, and he's a supervillain. And it's just odd. And it makes past Scooby-Doo adventures, where they're solving ghost adventures, no longer matter. The villain is also one joke. There's like a 5-minute clip at the beginning of the film where the gang is all young and they're solving their first ghost adventure ever that we get to see. And that's it. This is a superhero movie. The gang doesn't solve a ghost-like mystery adventure where they take the mask off of somebody, be like, it's this dude that's been causing it. Now, I know for a fact there's going to be a lot of people, I'm sure, in my comment section that are going to be complaining, like, we're so sick of Scooby-Doo being about this gang of 5 dudes solving mysteries and ghosts and whatnot, and there's no supernatural elements in it. They're just people using all this barbed wire and hidden wire and mystery doors. I'm like, if you want Scooby-Doo and it to not be your generic solving of a ghost mystery adventure, I got news for you. Scooby-Doo has produced supernatural solving mystery adventures in the past. You've got the Scooby-Doo and Scooby-Doo 2 live-action movies. Plus, you've got the ultimate classic Scooby-Doo adventure film movie, Scooby-Doo on Zombie Island. That is supernatural. There is no yanking the mask off and revealing the true villain. The zombies on the island, they're actually zombies. And there's a supernatural element in there. And it makes the gang actually have to become the actual superheroes. None of that original supernatural soul and energy or any of that ghost adventure solving mystery from the show is in this movie. There is no soul, no passion, no... I actually understand what Scooby-Doo is supposed to be about in this film. And you can tell that within the first 2 minutes of the movie. I literally paused it while watching this movie at the 2-minute mark exactly, and I had to fill out a lot of negative stuff. And I scrapped it because I wanted to make sure I could keep this video under 15 minutes. Because there are so much other stuff negative-wise I want to talk about, but I want to keep this video as short as possible for you guys. This film is forgettable, and it has no soul. Now, you might be thinking, man, you're just hitting on this movie. It's because I'm a Scooby-Doo fan. I've enjoyed Scooby-Doo. Scooby-Doo is a part of my childhood. And I hate to say it, guys, but this Scooby-Doo movie from 2020 doesn't do the source material any justice whatsoever. And it's sad that I have to say that about another Scooby-Doo movie. I would rather watch the 2 live-action movies over this. Now, if you want a good superhero-like adventure film that is animated, watch Scooby-Doo on Zombie Island. Do that. Do not waste your time, your money, or your energy watching this movie. I'm sure there's plenty of other YouTubers you have watched and their reviews on this, and they're probably saying similar things. It's true, okay? It's a fun, brainless comedy that lacks soul. And that's all I'm going to say about this movie. It's a brainless comedy that lacks soul. And it disrespects, it shits on the source material. And I am sad that I have to say that about this movie. I really wanted it to be good. And, yeah. It's a bad movie, guys. I can't. It's very average. So, with that, guys, I'm going to give the film a 5 out of 10. 5. And that's a gracious 5. I wanted to maybe even give it a 3 or 4. But, I mean, there's things in it that are enjoyable. But, if they do another movie in the same Scooby universe with the same characters and plot and everything, you know, like a sequel, hopefully they'll learn from their mistakes, and hopefully the potential and the groundwork that was somewhat laid in this movie can be built upon, and a sequel can be done that's much, 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 much better. So, I appreciate you guys watching this video. You guys have a good one. Don't watch this movie. Don't waste your time and money. Bye.